Okay, the Sharks didn't show up on time, and so TDA got to start with a technical free throw. Kirk knocks it through, and TDA goes into the game with a 1-0 lead. Also, the Sharks only had 4 players, so P, one of the YouTube guys, joins them. Toss and tap, ripped down by the Sharks. And here they go on offense. Kirk knocks it out of bounds. No blood, no foul. JZ whips it into P. Tosses it over. 3-ball, book it. Dye knocks down the early 3. Sharks jump out to a 3-1 lead. Jack tries to return the favor. No good. Home can't control the rebound, and here come the Sharks. JZ drives it up the court. Whips it over to P. He'll go to work. Tosses inside to Jimmy. Drives in, nowhere to go. Back to P. 3 shot. Around the rim and out, no good. And here comes TDA. Long pass ahead to Kirk. He'll throw it out to Koo. Back to Jack. That's Harry. Kirk with the ball. Back to Jack. He'll try another 3. He'll miss another 3. Jimmy with the rebound. Whips it out to P. And here come the Sharks. Kirk almost with the steal there. And then Jimmy steps out of bounds. Turnover, Sharks. Here comes TDA. Jack dribbles it up, directing traffic. Flips it over to Koo. He drives, kicks it back to Jack. Over to Harry. Surveys, tosses back to Koo. Baseline jumper, nope. Hong battles for the rebound. It's tipped around. Grabbed by Jack. Over to Kirk. Pump fake, between the leg dribble. Tries to rip a pass inside. No. Hong manages to grab it. Back to Harry. Puts up the jumper. Banks it in off the glass. And we're tied at 3. JZ walks it up. He'll step into a 3. He'll miss it. But a foul. First free throw's up and good. Second free throw is also good. Third free throw on the way. Bounces off. Harry with the rebound. Tosses it to Koo. And here comes TDA. Jack whips it over to Kirk. He'll drive in. Cut off. Kicks it back to Jack in the middle. Koo whips it across to Kirk. Drives in. Nowhere to go. Flips it over to Harry. His jumper straight through. Good job, Harry. Owning that right wing. P with another 3. No good. Long pass ahead to Kirk. He'll drive in. Thought he got hacked there. No call. Here comes JZ racing the other way. He'll drive in. He was looking for contact. Again, no call. Koo off to the races. In the lane, down the lane, flips it over to Kirk. This time, it's called out of bounds. Jimmy got in there and knocked it out. Inbounded to Koo. He'll take the short jumper. Miss it. Fights for the rebound. Nope. JZ rips it down. Here comes Jimmy. Jogs it up for the Sharks over to Dye. He'll drive middle. Bounces around to P. JZ takes the long jumper. Off the rim, no. Hong fights for the rebound. Taps it over to Koo. Long pass ahead to Kirk. He'll drive in. Puts it up. No, but a foul. Free throw up and good. Second free throw on the way. Got them both. Number 34, you'll notice, changed drastically in size. Alex showed up, but gets blocked. Kirk down the lane. Lost control of the ball. Here come the Sharks back the other way. Dye jogs it up. Flips it over to JZ. Nowhere to go. He'll flip it to Alex in the middle. Back to JZ. Gets bumped. Yo picks it up. He'll take the 3. Misses off the rim. Here comes Jack. Flips it over to Kirk in the middle. He'll take the short jumper. And it bounces through. Jimmy fires it over to Yo. Back inside to Yo. Works it over to Jay-Z. Shot up, no. Rebound tipped, no. Hung with the rebound. He'll flip it over to Kirk. And here comes TDA on the push. Drives the lane, cut off. Puts it up, blocked by Dye. Gets whacked in the face. Ball bounces around and out of bounds. At the restart, Jack drives to the center circle. Back to Koo. Back to Jack. He'll snap off the long distance three. Bounces no. Kirk skies for the rebound. Cut off. Harry drives and kicks. In the middle to home. Can't find space. Back to Harry. His jumper. Got it. Here comes Jay-Z racing it up the court. Kirk goes down. And gets called for the foul somehow. Jimmy gets it into Dye. Back to Jimmy. He drives in and dribbles it off his leg. Here comes TDA. Jack looking to push. Over to Kirk. Between the legs. Hounded by Alex. Whips it across to Harry. Shot up. Banked again off the glass again. Can't leave him open on that wing. Jay-Z in the middle. Alex tosses for Jimmy. Over his head and out of bounds. Jack with the long pass ahead to Kirk. Holds and looks. Now he goes to work. Drives in, gets fouled. Jack whips it over to Kirk on the right. Tosses in the middle to home. He puts up a shot. No, but a foul. Jack and Harry are off for TDA. John and Sashimi are in. Holmes' first free throw in the air. Clangs off to the left. Second free throw on the way. Missed this one too. Dye with the rebound. Here comes Jimmy on the push. Over to Jay-Z. Back to Jimmy. Stolen away by Kirk. On the lane, down the lane, behind the back. Throws it up. No. Kirk manages to get the rebound. Whips it over to Koo. He'll drive. He'll lay it up and in. Good hustle, boys. Jay-Z into the middle to Dye. Kirk fights for the ball. Bounces around. Out of bounds to TDA. Here comes John. Slowing it down. Kirk's begging for the ball, but Koo's going to wait for the last shot. Now he goes to work. Bounces over to Kirk. He drives in. Whips it out for John. Back to Koo. He'll throw up a shot. No. Home with the rebound. Tosses it up. No. Ball's knocked away. That's the end of the quarter. John throws it. Looking for Way. Stolen away by Alex. Here comes Yo. Throws it ahead to Dye. Whips it across to Jimmy. He'll take the three. Bounces off. No. Jay-Z rips down the rebound. Long two. Air ball. And out of bounds. Here comes John directing traffic. Kirk throws it inside to Way. He throws it up. No. Sashimi grabs the rebound. Bodies go flying. It's over to Jimmy. Kicks it out for Dye. Whips it inside for Alex. No. Gets his own rebound. Outside Jay-Z. Free throw line jumper. Bounces through. Here comes John jogging out for TDA. Stutter step. Loses the ball. Here comes Yo. Ripped away by Kirk. He'll drive in. Over to Way. Tosses it up. Nope, but a foul. Free throw up and good. Way's second free throw. Straight through. Here comes Jay-Z. Directing traffic. Tosses it over for Yo. Back to Jay-Z. Top of the circle to Dye. Inside, Alex. His jumper is off. Here comes John. On the push. looks for an alley of attack. Foul. Offensive foul on TDA. Here comes Jimmy. Over to Yo. He'll drive in. Whips it over to Jimmy. 3 ball. Nope. John comes down with the rebound. Spinning. Down the lane. Throws it up. No. Thought he got a foul. Nope. Sashimi cleans up the glass. He gets hacked. Fouled before the shot. TDA with the inbound. John. Wide open 3. Clangs off the rim. No good. Ball's bounced around. Way battling for it. Kirk rips it down. Thought about where he could pass it. He'll reset. Nice screen by Way, but Kirk waves him off. Wants to go alone. Over to John. Drives in the lane. Looking for a foul. Nope. Die on the attack. Stolen away by Kirk. He'll drive in. Yo just takes the polite swap at him. And we go to timeout. Sharks are trying to stay in it. Here's Jimmy. Over to Alex. Cross cart to Yo. Back to Jay-Z. He'll fire it over to Jimmy. He likes that angle. Not going to take it though. Die. He'll take the long jumper. Misses short. Way with the rebound. Flips it over to Harry. Over to Kirk. Back to Sashimi. He'll roll through. Miss. Way gets fouled. Throws it into John. Between the legs dribble. He'll take the long jumper. He'll miss the long jumper, but Way rips down the rebound. Back out to John. Free throw line jumper. Straight through. Here comes Yo. Bringing it up. Goes to the middle. Can't find an angle. Gets it over to Die. There's a bottle on the court. Alright, we're going to restart. Jimmy gets it in the middle. Takes a wild jumper. Misses badly. And here comes John on the push. He'll drive all the way in. Euro step. Puts it in off the glass. Jay-Z quickly the other way. Backs in. In the middle to Die. Alex, 3. Air ball. Way. Over to Kirk. Managed to control it. He'll drive in. Crashes into Sashimi. Dude, careful. Harry. Back to Way. He throws it up. Missed again. Fights for the rebound. Ball bounces around. It is Sharks' ball. And here comes Jimmy. Directing traffic. Over to Die. Cross court pass to Yo. There was a ball that bounced in from off court. Yo, over to Jay-Z. He thought about the 3. He'll spin. Nowhere to go. Puts it over Alex's head. Here comes John, leading the attack. Koo has it. Back to John. He'll snap off the 3. Bank it in. Die. Over to Yo. Jimmy comes open. He'll take another 3. This time he hits it. Maybe that's his spot. But quickly, John comes the other way. Drives down the lane. Kicks it out to Harry. His jumper's way off. Harry, shoot on the right side. Here come the Sharks. Yo, over to Jay-Z. He'll snap off a quick jumper from the right side. Splash. And they're making a comeback. John, over to Koo. He'll drive middle. Goes inside to Way. Ball ripped away by Alex. And here come the Sharks. Jimmy. Over to Jay-Z. Over to Die, directing traffic. Shot blocked by Koo. Finally stolen away by TDA. Ball's bouncing around. Harry saves it to John. Lobs it across for Koo. His long jumper is off. And here comes Yo. quickly for the Sharks. Alex gets it in the middle to Jay-Z. In the middle, back out to Alex. He doesn't want any of that. And throws it away. John, long feed ahead to Koo. He'll drive baseline, get cut off. Tried to get it into Wei. Stolen away by Yo. He's got nowhere to go. Finally finds an escape valve. And it goes off of Yo and out of bounds. Alright, here comes John. Cross to Jack. He'll take the three. Splash. Yo jogs it ahead for the Sharks. Checks his teammate. Gonna hold for a final shot here. Over to Jay-Z. Spinning. Scoring. This time TDA is gonna hold for the final shot. Over to Koo. Back to John. Points out a screen. Over to Koo. He drives middle. He throws it up. Banks it in. And that's halftime. Alright. It was a very low scoring first half. 30-14. TDA with the lead as we start the second half. Jay-Z misses the jumper. And here comes Jack pushing it up for TDA. Back over to Kirk. And he dribbles it out of bounds. Here comes Yo. Cross half court. Fires it over to Jimmy. Inside, stolen away by Kirk. Here comes TDA on the push. Over to Koo. Ball bounces around. He'll take the short jumper. Rolls off. Grabs his own rebound. Gets fouled. I should note it is a cold night. And there seems to be a lid on the hoops. Toss inside to Hong. His jumper, no. Misses the point-blank shot. Jay-Z quickly the other way. He'll take a jumper from the free throw line. It bounces off the rim, no good. That's Harry skying for the rebound. And quickly Kirk comes back the other way. Between the dribbles, hounded by Harry. Out to Jack for three. Way left. But Koo's there for the rebound. He drives middle. He'll toss it up. And fouled by Dye as he goes in. First free throw bounces off short. Second free throw around and out. Jay-Z rips down the rebound. Oh, but there was a lane violation. So we get to do it again. Koo's third attempt also bounces off. Dye grabs the rebound. Here comes Jimmy. Gave up his dribble. Yo comes and bails him out. Over to Dye. Hounded by Harry. Muscles his way inside. Takes the shot. No. Home with the rebound. Surrounded by people. Gets it over to Kirk, who throws it up and missed. But he grabs the ball back. TDA's got another shot at it. Over to Jack. Looking for his teammates, waiting for the guys to get back. Back to Kirk. And he is tossed down by Alex. It's all good, it's all good. TDA's got the ball back. Here we go. No, you gotta give it to the right ref. Give it to the right ref. Come on, guys. Alright, now we're good to go. Jack tosses it into Koo. Swings left, back to Jack, top of the circle. Over to Kirk. He'll drive the lane. Down the lane. Jump stop in the lane. Bounces off. I think he got called for the foul. He's confused. I'm confused. But we're going the other way. Okay, as far as I can tell, it seems like some sort of intentional foul was called on Kirk. Again, I don't know. Reviewing the video, it did not look like it. But the Sharks get 2 free throws on the ball. JZ hit the first, missed the second. Jimmy for 3, missed it. Cool with the rebound, flips it over to Kirk. He's going to try driving in again. Spins in, layup too hard, rebounded by Yo. Flips it out to Jimmy. Here he comes on the push. Over to Dye. Down the lane, puts it up. No. Good defense there. Jack rips down the rebound, tosses it to Kirk. Here comes TDA on the push. Hung in the lane, down the lane, fouled. He'll shoot 2. First free throw's on the way, straight through. Second free throw's on the way, got them both. Dye holds and looks. Back to Yo, he'll take the 3. Bounces off the iron and out of bounds. Koo jogs it up for TDA. Looks inside, back to Jack, back to Koo. Swings it over to Hong. He muscles his way in. Nice footwork, but a travel. Here come the Sharks. Dye lobs it inside, picked off by Koo. On the push, flies down the lane. Back to Jack, step back 3, way off. John rips down the rebound. Ball gets spiked over to Home. Excuse me. Put back right there. Yo drives in. Gets bumped. Nope. Common ball foul. As was that one. 2 quick fouls on TDA. Sharks get it inbounded to Dye. Swings it to the middle, into Alex. Bounces off, ripped down by Way. Here comes John on the push. Behind the back, waits for his team to catch up. Cross-court pass to Jack. Flips it back to John. Long 2. Off the iron. Sharks with the rebound. Here comes Alex quickly to the front court. Ball's knocked away, but comes back to Alex. Kicks it to the corner. That's Jimmy. He's looking for an opening. Dye's going to take that and make it. Here comes Koo. He'll slow it down, look to set up the offense. Jack's got an open 3. Bounces off the iron, but it comes back to Koo. Why not try again? Same shot, same result. And a Shark goes flying to the ground. That's Yo. Alright, the ball was off of the Sharks. Thankfully, Yo's alright. Jack snaps off the 3. Around and out, no good. Ball bounces around. John giving hard defense. Ball still belongs to the Sharks. Sharks get it inbounded to Yo. Cross court to JZ. He'll drive in. Shot partially blocked and in by Home. Good try, man. Good try. Koo's going to hold for the last shot. John drives in, kicks it out. Jack's got a 3, which he airballs to end the quarter. All right, here comes John at the restart. Over to Koo. Reverse layup. No. Home tips it. Goes over to Kirk. John will take a 3. Air ball. And he gets harassed by his teammates. Here come the Sharks. They are still in it, but they're going to have to make a push. Yo drives in. That is not what they were hoping for. And here comes Kirk quickly the other way. Over to John. Drives baseline. Kicks it over to Koo. thought about it. Back to John. He'll snap off a shot. Hopefully that was blocked. Here comes Jimmy the other way. Over to Jay-Z in the middle. His free throw line jumper is no good. Rebounded by Kirk. Here comes TDA. Sidestep. Kirk puts up the free throw line jumper and it is through. Got the feeling they just need to hit one or two more shots and this game might be out of reach. Alex, pump fake, tries to get into the middle. Bumps around. Back to you. He whips it over to Dye. His shot's off. And here comes home. Gets caught in the air but manages to get over to Koo. He got his defender up and got hammered. Free throws on the way. Bounces off. Second free throw. Got this one. Good job. Alright, here come the Sharks. Jimmy has it ripped away by Home. Ahead to Kirk. Between the legs for John. Over to Sashimi. Bounced around, taken away by Jimmy, but he knocks it out of bounds. Long inbounds pass to Kirk. Over to John. He'll snap off the long shot. Nope. Rebounded by Yo. Drives to the front court. Looks for someone to pass it to. All the way across court to Dye. Back to Alex. Dye will take the three. Bounces off. But Alex is there for the rebound. Yo over to Jay-Z. His floater's off. John rips it down. Spinning through defenders. Jimmy takes it away. Over to Jay-Z. Flips it to Alex. Shot no. Affected by Home. He'll toss it ahead. John waits. Cross court to Kirk. In the middle to Home. He doesn't want it. Over to Sashimi. His jumper is good. Kirk knocked it around. Ball bounces out of bounds. It is TDA ball. John, long pass ahead to Sashimi. He'll take the same jumper. Miss it this time. And here come the Sharks. Racing to the front court. Dye down the lane. Plows into people. Layup no, but a foul. Free throws on the way and good. Second free throw. Missed this one. Sashimi rips down the rebound. Over to Jack. He jogs it up, flips it over to Koo. Way across court to Kirk. Taps it over to Home. Puts it up. No. And no foul. And here comes Dye. Ball's tapped away. Kirk's got it. Flips it behind his back to Home. His layup is good. And a foul. Free throws on the way. Got it. 3-point play. Alright, we have 3 minutes to go, and the Sharks would have to double their points in order to tie. Alex is not going to get it done that way. And here comes TDA. Kirk races down the lane, whips it over to Sashimi. His easy little 2-foot jumper is in. Kirk's still playing hounding defense. Whacks Dye again, just for good measure. Alright, Dye's got it. In the middle of the Yo. Over to Jay-Z. 3-ball. Splash. Well, that's the only way they're getting back in this one. Here comes Jack. Over to John. He'll take the 3. Nope. Dye with the rebound. Long pass ahead. Over the outstretched hands of Jay-Z and bouncing into the garbage can. John will bring it up, and we are under 2 minutes to play. Cross to Jack. Whips it over to Koo. He'll take the long shot. Bang! Yo brings it up. Rips it into the middle. Jay-Z, spin around. Free throw line jumper, no good. fight for the rebound. Jack comes away with it. Up ahead to Koo. He'll step back for that three again. Nope. Here comes the Sharks on the push. JZ crashes into Way, and a foul. Ball inbounded, bounces around. TDA comes away with it. Here comes Jack. He'll race up. Lead feed to Koo. Step back, back over to Koo. Nope. They're just daring each other to shoot. Why not turn it over? Here comes Dai. He'll take the shot. This time he misses. John runs down the long rebound. Long feed ahead to Koo. He wasn't moving. Ball sails into the edge and bounces off the fence. Here come the Sharks. Yo will take shot. He splashes a three. Koo, cross half court. Gets run into by JZ. 47-27. Do you think they can make up 20 points in 19 and a half seconds? Long pass over to John. He'll take the three. Miss horribly. Way's got it. Back to John. They want him to shoot. Nope. Koo skies for the rebound. He'll dribble out the clock. Game over. TDA gets the victory in this one.